That's 0 degrees Taurus. 0 degrees Taurus right now. A lot is shifting from Nashville, and everyone's elevating right now. So, especially today, it's noonday. We've got 0 degrees Taurus, so just whatever. And this is massive. I've been in connection with Nigeria, Africa, and Indonesia today. Already this morning. I had to zero in on somebody. In Nigeria. But I did. Told them someone was coming to their door. And sure the fuck, I knocked. 5 seconds later. Understand that angels, archangels, that's Milky Way. See, been having to really concentrate on elevating my character and promotion and getting the word out, and then how to position that, and then I'm dealing with my own self-conscious shit and all of that crap, and then also getting in shape and because this is my career now that's starting, you know. Hopefully these earbuds work. But there was a lot of stuff that had to be called in. And it had to be done here from Nashville. And there was a lot of timelines and things that we're still walking through, because I'm really starting to get the hang of this, y'all. And my messages have been telling me lately, get ready, because the world's going to hear you now, and you're basically a big broadcast channel. Even to the point that this morning, I was able to even get a name of the man behind the entire Starseed Infiltration Network into technology, into this shift, that had all the starseeds and the fresh ones of us running around here making them golden bit. It wasn't just happening to me. Oh, no, fuck no. But I got a name now. How this all shifts out is really all up to us, because we are existing in the same space now. We're all coming from the stars, but there is no angel. There is no other levels of consciousness that can help you anymore. This is what I've been trying to tell everybody. There are a lot of people, they're going to think that God just left them. But the thing is, what they considered God, whatever was running them, was not in their best interest if they're no longer getting it. And there just isn't that connection anymore. There's no realm. There's no layer to hold it. It's wide open. This is source energy. This shit is huge. This is massive source energy that is flushing through space-time right now, clearing this earth, blowing these volcanoes, and blowing people's DNA. We're all stars. Each one of us, I want you to think about this. If you're a star and you happen to be one that's in the O pattern, then that means that everybody in that O pattern is connected into you. It's connected into you. You are projecting from out in space. You're projecting from outer space. You're projecting your soul onto a ground from projectors way the fuck out. Some of us not so much. Whenever you have Sirius A, well then guess what? You got a fresh source code. That's why it's the heart. Because it's all the heart of the collective bullshit that's coming off from all the frizzy ends of the rest of the shit that's going down underneath your projection. But it's going underneath you. Because you have a higher you have a higher view, don't you? Once you see that. Once you embody it with the other Sirius A ones that are all connected, and now you start getting that information, or maybe you don't, because then something happens and you slip out of it and you've got to see what level of what you're dealing with. Because why? Because we're here in order to help yield universal energy and power to make mass change. Why the fuck would we be sent here? And why the fuck would this be happening any other reason? We're here because we're needed. We're here because each of us need to remember this shit, and we have it in our mind to do it. Everyone on here does. But then people get all fucking fucked up in your emotions and shit. And I'm not judging, because I did it too. And it put me on a damn roller coaster. And I'd love to tell you all about it. And that's probably what's going to start here. I'm not sure how this is coming. I'm flowing with it, because this is my life too that's happening like this. I'm quantum shifting, and I'm not knowing exactly from second to second what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. But right now, I'm fixing to get back on that goddamn YouTube channel for a second. But it's not about emotions, and it's not about anybody's story being less or this or that, because it's the same goddamn story. When you are projecting down from a higher energy, and then you hit the energy of that O realm, guess what? Now you're in their stories. You got to remember that you're not. If you happen to be in those O stories, oh, fuck, because think about it. You gotta get everybody on board. It's like you show up with your suitcase. If you listened to my thing before, you get to your new level. There's your suitcase. Sweet. At least I knew I made it up a level. I got a suitcase. All right. Now I've already opened one suitcase, so I know, don't let it scare me, whatever the fuck it is. I learned that on the last level. So now I'm going to get to that suitcase and I'm fucking tear that bitch open. But now there ain't nothing in it. What the fuck? The other one had a suit in it. This one ain't got nothing in it. But I know I just opened something. What was in the case? I don't know. Geraldo's still wondering the same thing when he opened up Al Capone's vault. And I ain't shitting you. Oh, there's something in that case, all right. But you got to have every sense, because it's not going to be 3D. You just cleared that level. You got to figure out how that case is attached to you on this new level. Well, that requires you to break down some of the things that you thought you knew. Each time, I do it all the time. This is basis of star stuff. Each level's got its own keys. Each level's got its own locks. Each level's got its own codes. Each level's got its own thing. It's your story. It's all intertwining in a fucking huge calculation of ley lines all around this planet, gridded down by numbers. Why? Because that's how they gridded it down. That's how they set it up. So here's the boot of that. Once the O's finally get out of that and get above the other emotions, understanding that it's not that they're the ones that have to stand up and say something if they get the message, because then as soon as they do, they're pulling their energetic out of what? A lower density. And then what? They're vibing with other beings that have already connected something there. Okay, now you're getting somewhere. Now look down. What'd you just come out of? What the fuck was going on? What star energies are around you? Who are they? Why are they there? Because somehow or another you pulled them in. Don't block nobody no more. Don't judge nobody for shit. Everybody you think wronged you, if they contact you, you better answer that phone. The only thing that can zap you and this machine is fear. Panic, worry, emotion. I'm not saying be unemotional. I'm saying learn to control it and understand that whenever you give something that much emotional power, it concretes you into the stagnant order of that collective. Now you can't see up. And if you're the most powerful magician down here, you are mastering that ability. And a lot of us were made in order to control us that way. That's the point. Look down. This is the same conversation I had with somebody from Indonesia this morning. They got guns and shit around them, man. I ain't shitting you. You can manifest out of any, and I see how it works. I'm doing my best to describe it. 0 degrees Taurus coming down, it's like this new field. Venus is going to anchor these timelines now. Mercury, it's all coming into perspective. And this is for everybody. Why? Because it's already been laid. You don't have to figure it out. We've already figured it out all the way down to the base root of energetics in order to completely embody down here. The information is there. Okay, great. What the fuck are you going to do with it? That's the problem. I know this is mastery shit too. But each of us just need to understand that whatever it is, it's a new charge because you just got in a new level. You plop through that invisible ceiling, kaboom, yoop, man, like flies to it. I ain't kidding you. I had to get him off of me. I know. I lived through it consciously. As soon as your energetic swirls and twirls, oh my God, it makes this huge freaking light beam, and they all just zoop, because dark comes to light. There is no dark without light. Now you've got a big cylinder. You've got a cylinder of dark, and now you've got 2 fireflies in the middle that all they care about is hugging and kissing on each other when they're not looking around. Okay, that's fine. But understand that once you stop kissing, you're going to start feeling that pressure, and then you're not going to understand where it's coming from. Well, that's because you're in a new energetic, and now you got to commingle. You have to. You're projecting from the sky all the way down from space. There is no way around it. You cannot get out of it without commingling it and healing it and being able to exist in it no matter what needs to be changed or done in order to do it. Period. You also need to understand that when that stuff happens, here's a hack. You gotta fake it till you make it. And you gotta realize that your energetic is in the worry and when the tears. And I'm not saying don't cry and get upset. I'm saying you better use that energy when you release it for more than just releasing it, and have the mastery to understand what it is that you're releasing, and have the mastery to understand that you're releasing it for the entire fucking collective energetic that you are connected to, and command they all be healed from it, and then shift that motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. Because then you pull us all up to a higher perspective, And because there's no emotion involved, because I tell you, this world was not saved because emotion. No, we did not get the okay to come here to do this from an emotional stance. In fact, they were going to blow us all up. They didn't understand what the fuck was going on down here. It had nothing to do with why, how, who done it, or anything like that. It's physics and the mind control that was going on down here, which is why the planet got divine intervention, which is why everybody isn't dead. And the truth is, everybody should be coming out of their houses right now, talking to their neighbors and trying to figure out why the fuck they were having the thoughts that they were having, because it wasn't coming from them. They did not want to touch their daughters. They did not want to do that shit. They were beating themselves up for having the thought about it, but it wasn't even theirs to begin with. And until people do that, then they're not going to be able to see it, because it's what it is. And then the more that understand that they were being controlled, then it lifts the goddamn octave. So that you can understand then what to do with it. Why'd you put yourself right there right now? Because whatever it is, it's for a big fucking purpose. Way bigger than us puny lives. The hack is simple. Change your energy. Work it out. Make an understanding. And then understand why you're having to interface with it. Then realize that we're not in operation. The game. The batteries are out. Mom took the batteries out. They were zapping everybody. Kids are getting hurt. We took the batteries out of operation. When you go for that bone, you ain't going to get zapped this time. If you do, then your battery gets turned back on. Now you got to go back through the whole energetics of trying to figure out how to get your battery unwired the way we did. Or you could have just realized you got zapped. Don't react. Because energetically, it's how they put their eyes on you. Fear. Or that you think you're doing something wrong. So then, if you think that, or if you have fear in any way, even though I know it's coerced, then you have to live through it to realize you shouldn't have been afraid. And you shouldn't have reacted. But why? Because it's all training you, like my years and dealing with this shit for the past year and a half and what I've lived through with these twins and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's because that's so I could show up right now. I know what to do with it.